I'm gonna make this opening real quick here, and just off the top, this is better than Suicide Squad. And with that, I'm welcome to another episode of The Romancer, where my goal, as always, is to enhance the movie watching experience. So, Birds of Prey and the Fabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, or something like that. Who gives a shit anyway? Because this is DC's newest movie here, and one I was initially curious about because they've been on a roll here. You know, they're giving us movies like Aquaman, which I liked. I know it's not great, but I liked it. It was very entertaining. I really liked Shazam that came out last year, and Joker was great, of course. They got a couple of billion-dollar movies under the belt out of those last three, so I was hoping to kind of continue that streak here. And you know, the trailers I hated. I wasn't sure what the hell it was trying to present, so I was kind of concerned about that. I did like the Harley Quinn character from the Suicide Squad, a movie which I kind of gave a decent review for, but after watching again, it's kind of a little bit unwatchable, so I don't know what I was thinking initially. But I did like Harley Quinn. She was one of the best parts about that movie. Of course, Margot Robbie reprising the same role here. And a movie that kind of does take place in the world that Suicide Squad set up for the most part, and kind of builds off that here and there. But essentially it is its own movie, which is a good thing here because I don't think it really wants to be associated with that. I get it. Now, the early reactions were actually very positive. They kind of raised my expectations because, again, I wasn't really expecting much. And it praised the action, and you know, it was a lot of fun, etc., etc. And I gotta say, I'm a little bit let down here by this, and I may be the minority. And that's some way I really wanted to like and hoped was really good, entertaining. And it's just such a mixed bag here. It's a strange and odd movie that tonally it's all over the place. And I guess the best way I can put it is, as a Harley Quinn movie, it works great. As a Birds of Prey movie, that's where it kind of fails for me here. Now, what I mean by that's very simple. Harley Quinn, she's great in the movie, and Margot Robbie, she owns the role, and this movie will not come close to working if not for her performance here. She's having a lot of fun. She captures the essence of who Harley Quinn is, for those familiar with the animated series or the comic books, and she's great. She's having a lot of fun. I like the character. I thought here she was written very well. I like the progression from her, obviously trying to deal with not being together with the Joker anymore, and the repercussions that came with that, because now she doesn't have that barrier that protects her. She can't do what she wants because the Joker is not there to protect her. So all mayhem breaks through in her life. But as far as the Birds of Prey go, I'm not sure why they even have that in the title, because it felt to me unnecessary. A lot of the characters, you know, Black Canary and Rosie Perez's character, what have you, they were fine. They were okay. I thought they were unnecessary, and I don't think they really gave enough of them to justify this being called Birds of Prey. It should have been called, you know, Harley Quinn, for the emancipation of Harley Quinn, because from that aspect, it really worked, and I had fun with her. And then when they get together, the chemistry is not there. Not really give enough time with them as a group to really kind of get invested in who they are, get invested in whatever chemistry they were trying to establish with them as a group. They got together towards the end of the movie and they kicked some ass. I get it, but it just wasn't enough. And these individual characters, they don't give enough time to really develop. They really one-note characters. And again, they're fine, but they're just so overshadowed by Harley Quinn. And of course, and it's natural because she's just such an over-the-top character. And when the movie focuses on her, it's fun. I'll give it that much. And she's good in it. And like I said, the movie is, it's just odd. It's just tonally, it's such a mixed bag here because there's a lot of things that are strange in a cool way, because as a Harley Quinn movie, it should be strange and outlandish, and it just out there. And I give credit for DC for giving the director, you know, the creative control here, really making her own thing and taking chances, making this a very, very rated R movie, a lot of foul language, a lot of violence, and that's good. I like that. And not having to kind of fit into a certain box and giving us something completely different than we've seen out of the last three movies. And I appreciate that. The problem is, it was just, sometimes it got really crazy, sometimes it got really serious, it got really campy, sometimes it got really dark. It's just, I didn't know exactly what it wanted to be, and there was no consistency there. So some parts I was really enjoying it, then it kind of came back down. I'm like rolling my eyes at the time, what am I watching here? Then it got kind of fun again, and then back down again. It's almost like a roller coaster here. And it just, I never got a chance to really get a groove in with this movie, which is somewhere in there. There's a really fun, great movie. It just had like too many stuff, which I didn't like. The pacing was a little off. Some of the characters, again, like I talked about, necessary. Ewan McGregor, who I like, he was fine as Black Mask, the villain. He just sometimes a little bit over the top, but he was okay. But ultimately, this was a Harley Quinn movie which tried to squeeze in one too many characters in there, causing it that this tonal shift, which I'm not sure really worked. Some people may really like this movie, and I didn't hate this movie. It was fine. I'm right in the middle. This is one of the ones where if I don't see it again, I'm okay. If it's on TV and I'm catching parts of it, sure. The action is well shot. There's nothing out of this ordinary, nothing we haven't seen before, and that's well done. There's some humor here, which really worked a lot. Again, it's a zany kind of movie, a lot of colorful stuff going on, and again, when Harley Quinn takes center stage, it really works. But I just wasn't really engaged as much as I want. The story's a bit convoluted, but again, there is enough there to have fun. I can see people really enjoying this movie. This movie may be divisive, and I can be complete understanding as to why. Ultimately, do I recommend it? I'll say yes. Just this is just enough goodness there, particularly if you're a big fan of Harley Quinn and Margot Robbie's portrayal of her. Again, best part of Suicide Squad was her. If you enjoyed her and doing her own thing, you'll probably enjoy this film. And there's some cool action enough to entertain you. But ultimately, I think this is one you're gonna forget about a couple of hours later. It's not really a memorable movie, not one of DC's better films. Not a bad film. I'm not disliking it. I know I sound like I am, but I'm not. It's just very middle of the road. Really great things that I liked, some things that I didn't. You put it together, it kind of stuck me right in the middle, to be perfectly honest with you. So, Birds of Prey, you guys gonna check it out? Comment below, let me know where you guys thought. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe below and feed the money to go to the movies and talk about it afterwards. See you guys next time.